It is the dark time. That special time of year where we wake up in the dark, we get off work in the dark, and we become the dark. But this year, I don't want to let the woes of daylight savings get me down. Instead, I'm going to use it to my advantage and just get so cozy that seasonal depression won't even know it's time to show up. And for me, that means breaking out the yarn. I have so much yarn and so many patterns that I want to try out. But I figured I would at least start this video with a pattern that I've been meaning to give a go for some time now. Introducing the Wavy Colorblock sweater by Made in the Moment. I feel like my jester core desires were not satiated during the Ren Fair season, so I'm hoping that this two-toned split color look will do the trick. To get started, I need to choose my colors, which need to be in a worsted weighted yarn, which is a category 4 yarn. So let's see what my options are. Okay, that's too big. A lot of weight 5 yarns. I don't know if any of this will do. Okay, so that bin only has like blanket weight and up. So let's see what this one has. Okay, looks like there's some stuff I have in here to frog and I just haven't yet, which maybe I should go ahead and do that. That's not the right weight. That is the right weight. I have a lot of white. That feels kind of boring. I have the silver color, but I don't know if I have enough of it. This is bulky, this is bulky. Ooh, this is pretty. What is this? Also bulky. Here's a category 3. These are 4, but it's not a lot of yarn. So I don't know if it's enough between the two of them. I'm definitely not gonna have enough yarn, but I guess I could go pick up some more. Okay, fingers crossed that I have any of the correct weight. None of this has labels. Classic Hannah maneuver. This is very lightweight. Okay, I have a good amount of this green, which I think is the right weight. I don't have a label for it. I might have some more yarn elsewhere. Hang on. Okay, I found a pound of this gray, but that feels kind of boring. Is that boring? Okay, so I have a bunch of this like old homespun yarn that my grandmother-in-law gave to me, and I haven't really had a reason to use it. It's technically a weight 5, like bulky yarn, and I definitely don't have enough of any one of the colors, but I'm kind of wondering if I can like add a little extra dimension to the dimension that's already there. But is that going to be as impactful as I want the wave to be? Like I want that to be the centerpiece. So all of this yarn, and I think I'm gonna head to Michael's. Please shame me in the comments. Okay, I'm back. I still feel so silly for going out to get yarn for this project when I have so much, but I am really happy with the colors that I got, and I think that these will end up being a sweater that I'm actually gonna wear and also really emphasize the wavy shape on the front of this pattern. So I'm happy to do something that I'm going to be excited to finish. Hopefully that will carry me through the finish line of this project. What I ended up with was the Lion Brand Heartland yarn, acrylic yarn, in the colors Joshua Tree and Grand Canyon. They are the correct weight and I think are just really pretty and like soft for being acrylic yarn. Like it's very soft. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be happy with this choice. So I'm not gonna go through this step by step since it's not a free pattern, but it is one that I can just work from the top down. So I'll be able to try it on as I go, which I think will be important for figuring out the fit of everything. So I will have plenty of checkpoints along the way with you, but I think for now, all that's left to do is get cozy, put on a nice audiobook, and find the end of this. And now we can get started. Okay, I don't know, maybe 45 to an hour in on this. Couple false starts, as with any crochet project, right? At least any crochet project I embark on. So I meant to start a clock when I started this project, but I forgot to, but I will start one now that I'm done with the collar.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
So far, I am pretty happy with the colors as they're being woven together. So we are now at the point where I need to decide where my raglan increases are going. I've never actually crocheted a raglan sweater, but Made in the Moment made it really easy to determine where I should be placing those marks. Apparently, I need to be putting about 10% of my total collar stitches, total number of collar stitches, into each arm, and then 40% in the front, 40% in the back. So that's kind of how you determine where to place those. So I'm going to count up the stitches, figure out where that goes, place some stitch markers, and then we'll keep going. Okay, so it's probably been about 2.5 hours maybe that I've put into this so far. And we're actually starting to see a little bit of the wave shape take form, and I'm very excited about that. You can kind of see that I messed up some of the stitching just a little bit right in there, but I don't think I'm gonna go back and fix it. But I do think I have a handle on the color change and how that's progressing as we kind of make this wave shape. I'm also really liking the way that the raglan is coming out. Again, this is the first time I'm doing a raglan sweater, and I think I'm starting to like it. The pattern is calling for half double crochets, which I think might be my favorite stitch. There's just like a really good flow to it that makes it really easy to get into a rhythm. And the only thing that really interrupts the flow state you get into is the color change. But like I said, I think I'm getting a handle on that. I'm probably going to get ready for bed and maybe take this with me to kind of wind down a little bit, and then I will show you whatever progress I've made tomorrow. See you in the morning. Good morning. Well, I've not spoken yet today. Good morning. I am intentionally amplifying my coziness today. I put on my coziest existing sweater. Hopefully we'll have a replacement for that soon. Got my cozy cup of coffee. I lit myself a cozy scented candle, and I am ready to get back to work. Let me show you my progress so far. Here is my progress so far. You may note that not a lot of progress was made last night. That's because I actually did end up going back and redoing this center line. I don't know that I made it that much better, but I think it's at least a slight improvement. I probably wouldn't have bothered going back to redo this, except that I realized that I was missing a couple stitches like on the center line in the back. And I definitely wanted that line to be straight. So the color change in the back is going to be a straight line. But yeah, I think it's coming along nicely, and I'm ready to get right back into it. I pretty much need to keep just expanding the raglan until it gets to a point where I can set the armholes. So let's put a couple hours in and see how far we get. Also, I might have made a mistake by putting on this cozy sweater. Now it's like too warm. Whew. Okay, let's get to work. Okay, I think I'm ready to start working on the armholes. I think this is long enough. I might have to play around with it a little bit, but you can really see the wave coming through now, and it is making me very happy. I'm not sure if I'm actually following the pattern correctly. I think I'm making each square in the pattern 2 rows instead of 1, but it also feels right, I think. I don't know, I think I'm just gonna follow my heart on the rest of this, and we'll just ride the wave. But yeah, for 3 days of pretty inconsistent progress, I'm happy with where we're at. I definitely need to lock in if I'm going to finish this in time to put up a video for you guys. So let's lock and load. Okay, so I'm connecting the back of the armhole to the front with a chain. That feels pretty good, I think. We're gonna see. I really, this is my first time doing this, so if I have to do a little bit of trial and error, I will be heartbroken that the error part will come through, but then that's what we gotta do. So I'm going to connect this and then we'll keep going. I think that that's gonna work nicely. Also, if the wave keeps switching sides while I'm trying it on, it's because I'm trying it on inside out. The sweater that I'm wearing definitely has like more room in the armpits than I'm really looking for. So the fact that this is kind of pushing up on that, I think is a good sign. I'm assuming that this is good and I can keep going. So I have a nice long evening of working in the round to get to the length I'm looking for, which is probably about waist, maybe a little bit longer than waist. And if things go well, we can start working on the sleeves. Maybe I can increase some of the coziness while I work. Actually, the sun is still up, so maybe I'll go sit outside for a little bit and capture as much vitamin D as I can before snuggling up inside and having a nice cozy evening of crocheting. Okay, well, obviously this is not what I would wear this sweater with, but just to try it on while I have the ribbing completed. But yeah, I'm very happy with the progress, so yay! At this point, all that's left to do is the sleeves, which I don't have to worry about color changes because the sleeve will be green and the sleeve will be tan. And I'm hoping that that, along with just having a smaller round to work in, will make these sleeves go by very quickly. Fingers crossed I can get them done tomorrow because tomorrow is pretty much the last day I can work on this in order to get this video done on time. So I am also just so pleased with the way that the wave turned out. It's definitely not quite right based on the pattern. I don't know how I lost my way on that. It was an easy enough pattern to read, like shouldn't have been so difficult, but here we are. We'll just say it's a little avant-garde and leave it at that. I'm really proud of how far I've been able to come the last couple days, and I see the light at the end of the tunnel, so let's get back to it. am so proud of this sweater. I finished it in a week, and I don't know, it just feels like it's been a while since I've finished a proper crochet project and been pleased with the product. And I love the wave shape in the front, and that since it's patterned the same on the front and back in terms of the construction, it's reversible and I could have a straight line down the front if that's what I wanted. You may have noticed the cuff of the tan sleeve ends in green yarn. I did run out of yarn on both sleeves, and instead of deciding to get 2 new skeins of yarn, I just got 1 green one. I just didn't want to be adding anything to the already quite large pile of yarn that I have. Plus, as soon as I hit publish on this video, I'm going to break out my circular knitting machine and rip through as many hats as it takes me to get through the skein of yarn because I love this color so much and I think my husband will like it too, so maybe I can gift him a new hat. As far as things that I've learned on this project, or rather want to continue exploring as I move through my crochet career, I want to play around with the placement of the raglan. I don't know, I just feel like it might look a little bit better if I moved the diagonal line of chain stitches in a little bit towards the center. Or maybe I need to size down the neck. Additionally, I wish I had sort of started the arms like 6 or 7 rows earlier. These armpit areas are way more oversized than I would have liked. This sweater is still super wearable and comfortable. It's just, I think that's kind of a personal preference. Maybe I could block it to make it a little bit more like intentionally oversized. And I think I'll try and at least steam it to sort of relax some of the yarn, get a little bit of a better drape. But drop a comment if you have any crochet or just sweater making knowledge. I'm kind of nervous about trying to reshape it. I definitely want to try another raglan sweater like ASAP. Luckily, Made in the Moment has another tutorial on a scrap yarn sweater, so I can put to use the giant collection of yarn I have. And yes, I know I did not need to go pick up new yarn. I could have figured this pattern out with the yarn I had on hand. I had a lot of options. I don't really have an excuse. I was just nervous about deviating from the pattern when I almost immediately deviated from the pattern. But with the scrap yarn raglan project like already ready to go and other Christmas presents and things like that coming down the line, I will be putting my yarn collection to use. If you have any pattern suggestions, I am all ears. Please drop a comment. Honestly, at this point, I just want some of the storage space back. I gotta get through some of this yarn. Well, I had so much fun crocheting this week and getting all cozy and beating the daylight saving times blues and crocheting my very first raglan sweater. And if you had as much cozy fun as I did, it would mean the world to me if you would like and subscribe. And if you do, I will see you in 2 weeks for my next video. Take care.